What's going on, everyone? We're doing a... Ooh, that's a little loud for me. We're doing a year-end review today. Just for all of 2018, I have a giant stockpile ready to go, and I'm just going to go through all the lower-level systems that we created corruptions for, like the SNES, the GBA, Game Boy Color, all that kind of stuff. And we'll take a look at those corruptions, take some of our favorite ones, and create one ultimate stockpile. And we'll get started here in maybe just about a minute or two. I just gotta grab some water. I'll be right back. Alright, getting all my windows organized and set up. I think we're ready to go. Let's go and lower the music there. That's from Stardew Valley, in case you're unfamiliar with it. I think it's perfect for the year end. Alright, there we go. So, my screen looks a little bit differently than how I normally have things set up. Mostly we have the main window off to the left there, the big black screen, where we're going to be seeing the emulation. And all I have today is just our stockpile window, where we're going to be moving through, selecting the stockpile options and taking a look at the notes. We won't be doing any live corruption today, other than looking at the previous stockpiles, so we don't have to worry about all the dials and gauges that we normally have up. But yeah, without further ado, we're going to start off at the top here. Game's Tomb Raider. Well, let's see if we can make that a little bit better looking. I guess that's probably the best we're going to get. Anyways, Tomb Raider. And I will say off the bat, a lot of these corruptions are padding. So we'll have to keep that in mind as we're going through and choosing which ones we want to keep. We may get 3 or 4 per game. At least that's what I'm hoping on. So we'll take a look at what we get to keep. So this one's just pink walls, and I think that's all that there was to this. It was just there was some coloration on the walls. Tomb Raider and Curse of the something sword? Curse of the Sword? I forget the actual name, the full name of it. But there wasn't too many corruptions that came with this stockpile. We have Laura Moonwalks. Unfortunately, there's no music to this game. So the corruptions are musicless as well. We may keep this one, if this is the only one we have for Curse of the Sword. Then we have Ghostly Laura. Oh, real quick, I'm going to accept background input for Bizzock here. If I can remember where to do that. Customize and accept background input. Just so I can click on the corruptions while I'm going through it. So the other one's Ghostly Laura, which is just a bit of a reskin, so we may not be too interested in that one. We have Invisible Bricks. That's a nice looking one. I actually may keep this one as well for taking it between those two. It looks neat. Then we have Laura Behind Bricks. This one actually froze off the bat, so we may have not properly sanitized this one, so we won't keep that one. We have Mystery Sprite, just another sprite swap there. And that's the last of the cursed ones, or Curse of the Sword ones, so let's remove Mystery Sprite. We're going to remove Laura Behind Bricks. We'll keep Invisible Bricks, just to have something for it. We're going to remove Ghostly Laura. We'll keep moonwalks. I like that one. And we'll remove pink walls. And I'm not actually deleting these stockpiles in the sense that, you know, if you go back to this old stream, you can still access the stockpile that I created for that stream. I'm not deleting that one. It's only sort of for this master stockpile. I'm just removing them. So you can always go back and check out some of these ones that I'm removing from this one and still play those and re-roll them or do whatever you want with them. Next we have Super Mario Kart for the SNES. So starting off with Waffle Island, and then I'm going to make sure that the sound is a little bit lower since now we're going to actually have music. Yeah, alright, we're good. And if you look down at the map, it's a little stretched out, actually, but this is the island map, which is Cheap Beach now. I forget the name of it. But anyways, there's just a giant land structure which looks like a waffle on the map. Next we have Ghost Track. This one, the track's just invisible. And we have a note with this one. It says, map is still playable, use the bottom to navigate. We may keep this one as well, because it reminds me of those old school kind of racers, where you would have only this top-down view, and you'd have to sort of navigate that way. So it's a neat looking corruption. We'll hold on to that. Interstellar background. I like this one, only because it's sort of disorienting where you're going. So I also like to hold on to this one. We have Luigi's Fever Dream. He's just bouncing along, tripping out. Also not a bad one. Man, these are gonna be hard to choose. We have Luigi's Missing. I think this was a one of those first corruptions that we did together. So we actually don't have too interesting of one here, but Luigi's missing in the intro there. We have Bowser's Curse, which to me kind of looks like Clown Vomit. I remember trying different button combinations, most crashed the ROM. So I might not want to keep this, that's not too interesting to look at. I remember there was a bunch of different combinations we were trying out, and each one sort of had a different type of crash, or a visual with it. But we're going to move it from this stockpile. Then we have Peach's Impatient. Peach just drives off the screen. Peach will drive off the screen, loop back, try selecting Peach. Let's try selecting her. Okay, well, let's keep that one too. Just because I like that she's spanned out of control. She's winking. Lakitu requires blood. I think this is, you had to drive backwards. Let's see. Reverse. Yeah, I know it's just like Lakitu's graphic was all sort of messed up. We said try and pull up Lakitu either by going the wrong way or advancing a lap. So nothing there too interesting. We can remove that from a stockpile. We have Pee-wee's Playhouse. And this is absolute garbage, so we don't want to keep this one either, because look at all the stuff going on the screen. Still playable, but this isn't something I would want to put in a final stockpile. It was just fun at the time. So we'll remove that one as well. So if we're going through here, so which ones do we actually want to remove? Waffle Island, while cool to look at, isn't that entirely interesting in terms of like giving this to someone and letting it play it. So we're going to move that one, I believe. Ghost Track I like a lot because it's like a whole other kind of game mode in a sense. Interstellar background, fun to look at, fun to play. I want to keep that as well. We didn't sanitize this too well because I believe it was too difficult to sanitize. We ran into too many problems while doing that, where the interstellar background didn't actually stay the same. So that one will leave, and we can't sanitize any further. Luigi's Fever Dream, I love. I'm going to keep it as well. Which means we'll just have a lot for the SNES or for Mario Kart. But I think that's okay. Luigi's Missing, we're going to remove that one. Peach's Impatient, I'm going to keep this one. I like it. And that's it. So we have about, what is that, 4 or 5 from this one. 4 from this one. I'm pretty happy with that. That's a good number. Next up we have Super Mario Bros. I really should extend this outward. Let's see. I want to still be able to read everything without resizing the window. So we have Mario Dabs from Super Mario Bros. Deluxe on the Game Boy. Kinda funny. Yeah, just, you see, I mean, he's running in place. He's not really dabbing as much. Run right, yeah. I'm gonna remove, I think, that one. Let's take a look at the rest to make sure there's nothing better. This is Mirror World. Die right away. Kinda hard to look at. I remember I really wanted, what was it? I wanted this effect to... Oh wow, even down there it happens too. I wanted it to be more intense in a way. I don't know, we may keep that one as well. Let's take a look at the rest. We have Piranha Mario. This is actually when I first started learning that you could do sprite corruptions, in the sense that you could permanently change what a sprite looks like by using the... what would that be called? It was the... not the Nightmare Engine. Let me see if I can select it here. I kind of remember a name for it. It was the Pelgenie Engine, similar to Cheat Engine. So you could permanently change what a sprite looked like, for example. Not gonna keep this, but awesome to look at. Also, just too many things going on at once. I'm actually gonna remove that off the bat. We have Blitting Dilemma. Stuff is all sort of drawn at the wrong time and in the wrong location. I kinda like that. We have a note for this one. It says, first corruption in the pack. Hey! I'm actually going to remove that note because it doesn't help the player as much for whoever's just downloading this. Oh. So remove that note. That one I kind of like, if we're going to keep any. We have Mario Monolith, also sort of another Clown Vomit one. We'll remove that one. Luigi ate the wrong mushroom. More Clown Vomit. I think I ran into this a lot with the deluxe version. It didn't corrupt as well as the NES version, the original Super Mario Bros. So I sort of just kept anything that was slightly interesting. I'm gonna remove this one. We have Luigi failed, Zeus is angry. That's a lot of flashing, okay. This is actually a good time to talk about this. If you are sensitive to flashing light or bright images, I recommend not watching the stream, only because I forgot to even put the seizure-inducing corruption in the stockpile to begin with. So forewarning for that, I don't believe just because I don't have a warning on there or anything like that, I'm going to include this one in the stockpile either. So we're just going to remove that right away. We have Mario is experiencing Earthquake. It would be, well, I guess it would be more interesting if we can actually move further. Unfortunately, this is as far as we can go. You can come back, but the camera is for the most part stuck there. And if you go back. So we're going to remove that one as well. We have Luigi Co-op. Another sprite corruption. We're going to remove that one. We have Mario on Cloud9 with a note, interesting result with Goomba after death. Trying to look for a Goomba. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, it is an interesting result with the Goomba. They turn to these guys. I forget the names of them. That may be another one we might keep. Let's see, I'm gonna remove with Mirror Mario. We might keep that. I'm gonna remove Mario Dabs just so we don't have to worry about it later. Judgmental Luigi. Okay, well, we don't have a lot of sprite ones that I want to keep. This one's kind of funny just because look at the Luigi. Alright, on the fence. Ooh, accepting background input isn't always the best. I'm gonna say on the fence about keeping. Only interesting the first initial, first few seconds. Yeah, we'll call that good. Mostly it's really not that interesting in the end. It's just a visual corruption, and as soon as you actually start walking and seeing the rest of the sprites, it's like, oh, they're all kind of doing that. But I think I'll hold on to that one. Then we have Deja Vu. Ah, that's right, I remember this one. You keep getting thrown back to the beginning of the level after you reach a certain threshold, which can be frustrating. It was kind of interesting to see. I like this one. You can't run past it, you really can't get over it. You just kind of keep getting pulled back. So I will say, we can even put a note with this one. Users brought back to starting area after reaching a certain threshold. Hopefully that's how you spell threshold. Alright. Jumpman forgot how to jump is this next one. I would like this one if we could see the enemies. Just getting killed by an enemy off the bat feels kind of cheap. And I know you can jump over them still, I believe, but I'm going to remove it. We have Mario Ascends. I sort of like that one too. There's not a lot you can do in this one. At least you can still move around. You can move from left to right, which is also very interesting, and I like keeping that. Outside of that, there's no gameplay, but I think it's okay. I'm going to leave a pass for this one, just because the ascending part is kind of interesting in itself. Next we have Kaleidoscope. Another just Clown Vomit one. We're not going to keep this. The reason why I think I like this one so much was because it sort of had a pattern to it, and it looked, you know, kind of visually interesting to look at. But in the end, it's just still sort of Clown Vomit Corruption, and we don't want to keep it. Wow, we have a lot of Super Mario ones. Next we have Conjoined Twin Mario. This one is also one I want to keep just because look at the Conjoined Twin. Look at his eye. It's so... Anyway, we'll keep this one. We'll throw this on the final stockpile. I'm happy with that. We'll put a note just so they know. Just a sprite corruption. It looks like there's a disfigured Mario attached to Jumpman. There we go. Just for some clarification. Then for our last one we have Mario Practices Ice Skating. Again, not too interesting, just slides from one side to the left. From left to right, I should say. You pass through objects. I think as soon as we hit a, this, we fall? No, you just keep going. Not something I don't think I want to keep on the stockpile. Kind of fun to play around with though. We're gonna remove it though. Alright, so from the top we have Mirror Mario. I kinda like this one, we'll keep it. We have Bleeding Dilemma. Music's a little messed up. I'm trying to decide why I like this one, because it's really not that interesting, other than the fact that, like, stuff delays when it gets drawn to the screen. So I guess I'm also on the fence about this. Maybe I should write that. I said, on the fence about this corruption. Objects are drawn with the delay, though not that interesting aside of that. Let's add a little bit more. Also, drawing objects is not perfect. This is one of my earlier game corruptions. This is when I just got started going. If you have almost a perfect run, hey, you still kind of play it normally as long as you don't get too high and you make the camera move. Anyways. I'm gonna say interesting. If the player stays mostly on the ground, try to not move the camera skyward, or I should say upward. There we go. Alright. Mario on Cloud 9. This is interesting just because of the Goomba thing, and there's, you know, Bowser in the background, if you're into that sort of thing. But mostly it's just the Goombas and how they change sprites. And speed and all that, like it's a whole different spot. Then we have Judgmental Luigi, where Luigi judges all of Mario's actions. We have Deja Vu, where we can't cross a certain threshold for the level. We always get brought back. Mario Ascends. Conjoined Twin Mario. Oh, and we have this one. Two small Mario equal big Mario. Oh! Okay, I kinda like that one too. Did I put a note in here to wait? Lose your ability to see the corruption. Good spelling. Corruption. May need to wait until, wait. a few moments until 1-1 begins. Since we had that little intro part, we want to make it clear that they have to wait till after that. I'm curious if we can get big ability back. Oh, except for the fact that we can't pass that invisible wall there. We can! Look at that! Oh, that's great. Alright, and that is all for Super Mario Deluxe. Which we had a lot for, I'm pretty proud of that. Next we have Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Genesis. Meow Hills, it's a musical corruption. Well, at first it kind of sounds like a cat. It doesn't last very long, so I don't think I want to keep this one. Let's take a look at what else we got though. That's a good one. I think it repeats too. I think I had to wait a couple seconds. Yep. Alright. So we're gonna know both of those, so... how about... The Sega voice will repeat all throughout the levels after a certain amount of time has passed. That's good, right? And then, yeah, I'm happy with that. I remember I was really happy with how that came out. Also, should we think of a better name than Curse Sega? I think we should. What was that one Curse Sonic game? Let me look that up. I know there was one. I know there's a few. Curse Sonic Images, I don't want to search for that. Curse Sonic game, Sonic.exe, was that really all it was? Yeah. Sonic.exe tribute. How about that? That's good. Okay. Meow Hills, we'll see if we want to keep that yet. Sonic After Hours. So this was a hybrid corruption, and I was very happy. I think this was one of the first hybrid corruptions we even created. And it was when I started realizing that we can bring corruptions together. Like if we open this in our Blast Editor, let me pause this real quick. If we open this corruption on our Blast Editor, we can combine multiple corruptions together. Like we had one, oh, I just got a Discord message. Oh, Oddbrew. If we create, like say, I think, what was it? Let me restart it. The palm trees up at the top was a singular corruption. They're sort of highlighting along with some of the things on the ground and the water reflection. Those are all separate corruptions that we all brought together into one final corruption. And I miss doing that. I don't do that as much anymore because I've been doing GameCube corruptions and Wii corruptions with the Windows Glitch Harvester, and that doesn't allow hybrid corruptions in the sense that I would be used to it. I imagine I have to do some kind of code injection along the way, but this made it very easy to put multiple corruptions together, and this is the result of one of those. Whether I want to keep this in the final stockpile, I don't know. What do we put for the notes? Screen has been blackened and a few shadows are all that Sonic has to see. How about see if you can complete the level from memory. Then we can make a little bit of a game out of it. I like that idea. I don't know Green Hills at all in order to finish this level, so I wouldn't be able to do this. But I think some people might be up to the challenge, so I think it's a cool idea. We have Fallen Green Hills. I think this was also another hybrid corruption, and this is where we started looking into re-rolling corruptions a bit. I was already familiar with the idea of re-rolling, but I got to a specific color that I was really happy with, and it looks like it's Fallen Green Hills, not just, you know, green. So I like the look of it. Whether we're going to keep this one, I don't think so. It's just a coloration corruption. Well, I really enjoy coloration ones. Some people do not. They're not too visually, they're not too mechanically interesting in the end. So we'll leave it be for the time being. Then we have Toxic Sludge, where the background water looks like toxic sludge. Again, another shadowy color correction sort of corruption that I enjoyed, but I'm not gonna leave others to enjoy as well. I mean, they can see it on my channel, but I won't, you know, subject other people to have to play it. We have Green Green Boss, which is just a music corruption, a music change, I should say. Well, cool to hear, and it was cool that this came up in a random, you know, random chaotic corruption. I mean, you could probably just as easily do this with ROM hacking in probably 2 minutes. Just switch out the music files. So we're gonna leave this one be, and actually remove it from the stockpile. We have 2 Sonics, which, let me see. Yeah, we can bring them together, and I think I noted that as well. There are 2 Sonics on screen, both share the same ring pull. If one dies, you both die. Hint, wait a few seconds in place after starting, then move slightly left to bring the 2 Sonics together, and that's what I recommended. So now we have 2 Sonics together. I wonder if we're both invincible. Must be. Yeah, we are. Look at that. There we go, we died. That's another one I'd like to keep. Like, it was mechanically interesting, and I think it'd be fun to play. And for others to play, so we'll keep it in there. Then we have Vibrant Green Hills, another hybrid corruption where we kept, you know, red shadowing on the palm trees and purple on the other areas. I like the color of it, but we won't keep it in the stockpile, so we'll remove this one. We have Sonic's Vomit Tour. Ah, that's right, another Clown Vomit one. Very popular, but definitely don't want to keep it in a stockpile or give it to other people, so we'll remove this one. We have Night Sky Skybox, where just the background sky is a night is nighttime. We're gonna remove this one as well. We put a note on this one though. After death, sky turns red. Oh, how about that? Let's check that out. Looking for an easy death. Oh yeah, there we go. Red sky. Oh cool, look at it. I wonder if it happens again. I'm curious. Morbid curiosity. Yeah, it's still red. Alright. We're gonna move that from the stockpile. Look cool looking. We have Sonic the Teal Hedgehog. He has teal coloration on him. And he's also much faster, as I remember, so maybe that's an original content character. I remove that one from us as well. Source file for corruption editing. Oh, that's right. We kept this one in the stockpile for some reason. We have... Oh, another game. Okay, so that's all of them. We have 2 Sonics. 2 Sonics on screen. Sonic After Hours, which I would like to keep. It was an interesting one to me. We have a Sonic.exe tribute. And Meow Hills, I mean... a music corruption that makes the guitar... Is it a guitar? Let me hear the actual real one. Oh, not that one. Yeah, it's not a guitar. Music corruption that makes the song sound like a cat meowing. How about that? And we'll throw this a little bit lower in the stockpile, so that's not the first one you run into. How about after 2 Sonics? There we go. Hey, Baby Blue Ford, good to see ya. We're doing a year-end review kind of thing. I'm just going through all the lower level systems that I went throughout the year and combining them into just one big stockpile that I can release and people can play. And yeah, we're making progress so far. Next up, we have Pokemon Gold version for the Game Boy. And this one actually doesn't move. I was going to keep this one for the visual corruption. Happy New Year! Did you do Super Mario Bros? I did do Super Mario Bros. I did not the old one. I did Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. In which case, here I can show those off real quick. Deluxe, I didn't like the results of the Deluxe. I think I need to do the NES version a little bit later. But anyways, we have Mirror World, where the world is mirrored. We have a Blitting Dilemma, where stuff on screen is sort of drawn a little bit late, so you kind of get disoriented where you're at. Then we have Mario on Cloud 9, where to play around for a little bit, eventually he'll die from something. And once you come back, all the Goombas have changed to... I forget what these guys are called, the little black helmet guys. But all the Goombas are now those guys. Super fast, too. Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt is a fantastic idea. I haven't even considered that. That will probably be... I'll start doing that in 2019. That's not a bad idea. Puzzle Beetles. Thank you. Didn't know their name. Yeah, Puzzle Beetles is what they've all changed to. Then we have Judgmental Luigi, where he's, you know, staring at Mario constantly throughout the level. Very judgmentally. We have Deja Vu. Buzzy Beetles. Gotcha, thank you. I don't remember their names, so you already got me beat. Mario's keeps getting returned back to the original starting point. Oh, Goomba. Let me do that again. So we can't pass any further. It just reminds us of Deja Vu. There we go. Then we have Mario Ascends, where Mario ascends to the sky and becomes one with the clouds. And while there's not a lot of gameplay here, I thought it was kind of interesting just to look at. And we have a lot of looky ones. This is one of the only ones I chose. We have Conjoined Twin Mario, where Mario has a really tiny conjoined twin behind him. I like to think that he gives them like little words of advice here and there or something like that. Anyways, he runs around the level with a little conjoined twin behind him. And lastly, we have 2 small Marios equals 1 big Mario. So you're Big Mario now, but if you, say, get hit by a Goomba, you're actually 2 small Marios. That's how you make 1 big Mario. And if you were to take another mushroom, you would go back to Big Mario again. So that is all I had for Super Mario's Deluxe. It corrupted kind of well, like better than I expected, but still we removed a lot of the corruptions that were just sort of padding. And these are the ones that I was happy with. And we just went through the Sonic one. This is my favorite Sonic one, this top one. It's a tribute to Sonic EXE, you know, the creepypasta game for that. So creepy. And I think it repeats after a little while. I forget how long it takes, but it's in a moment. There it is. Oh, I didn't plan that. Anyways, we're going to now go to Pokemon Gold, and this first one, it was just sort of a shadow corruption, so I was going to keep this to see if we can sort of highlight different regions, because I love shadow corruptions, but in this case I didn't go anywhere with it. I guess I just kept it on the stockpile. So we're going to remove this one. We have still sprites, where all the sprites on screen are still, and you can move around. Not too interesting. We may leave this one be. What do you think you're doing? I don't even know. I think there's only... How many sprites are even on the screen? Not a lot. If you go inside. Oh, if you go inside it works too. So that's kind of interesting. I might keep that. We'll even put a note. Try entering other houses to move other NPCs. Yeah. We have bare bones music, where the battle music for Pokemon is just very bare bones. Not one I will be keeping, but still nice to hear. I love hearing nice musical corruptions like this one. We have Pokebeat. Oh, I guess we accidentally triggered the Poke Center healing, and we just got a beat going on. We won't save that one either, but cool to hear. We have Red's Flights, where Red just freaks out and flies everywhere. Not controllable, so we may not keep this one either. I think at some point he stops. Yeah, there we go. Do we want to keep this? I don't think anything else comes of this. Like, if we go back outside, we're back to normal. I think we'll... If we don't get anything else, we'll keep that one. We have Dead Grass City, where the Grass City is all just dead and awful looking. More of a palette swap than anything. And I think this restores it, yeah, so we'll remove this one. We have Null Terminated. Or I guess the text wasn't ending, so it just kept going off screen. Here we have a note for this one. It says, try to fight using tackle, we'll try opening your bag. We'll try both of those. Can we still open our bag? We can. Bag is over here. Nope, it's Pokemon. Bag. Pack. Oh, cool, okay. How about, can you decipher the text? Question mark? I think we'll keep that one, that's a nice one. Kinda clown vomity, but not too bad. Change theme, another music theme. Remove that one. Tackle to crash. Oh, it literally just crashes it, alright. We have a note saying, look for the main menu visual corruption. Alright, let's wait for that one. Is it miscolored? I forget what the Pokemon Emerald one looks like. I don't have Turbo for some reason. I don't have that configured. Oh well. That's okay. Yeah, nothing I'm really seeing. I think probably at the time I read more into it than that was really there. Anyway. I think we will remove this one. We have a couple more musical corruptions. Oh, this is Emerald now. So that is it for our Pokemon Gold. So we have Null Terminated. That one's neat. We have Red's Flights. Yeah, we can, I guess, keep this one. I can say on the fence about keeping this one. No mechanical change. Only a few seconds of flights, then everything's back to normal. We'll say that. Anyway, so then we have 3 corruptions that we kept instead of, you know, a bunch of trash. And still sprites, I like that one. Alright, there we go. Those are 3 for Pokemon Gold. That was my childhood favorite when I had a Game Boy. Then we have my, I guess, early teen favorite. It was Pokemon Emerald. Starting off with a wonderful sounding one, Embrace the Music. We have Little Power Tools, which is a musical corruption. I don't think we're keeping this one. We'll look into the other ones and see if we have any other good ones. I think Pokemon Emerald corrupted kind of nicely. We'll wait on this one. Then we have Playing Cups on Instruments. Oh yeah, it sounds like a little, like... yeah, very robotic noise. It sounds like little cups are clanging together is what I got from this one. I think I'm going to remove this one because it's subtle. We'll wait on Little Power Tools. Then we have Paper Emerald. I think... I didn't put a note on this one. This must have been early when I didn't really do notes, and I just assumed I would know them. Oh, that's a lot of clown vomit. I think the idea was that the characters kind of look like barcodes, and they look like paper. But it's not too visually interesting to want to keep it. Next up, I think I'm just going to remove that one off the bat. We have Cursed Attacks, where if we try fighting, I don't know what's with this one. Just keep attacking, I say. Oh yeah, that's right. So every time I attack, it gets a little more corrupted. Not terribly, though. Oh. What does that say? Was? Was. Was it Great Corruption? I'm forgetting what, like, the premise of it was. Maybe I killed him too fast. Let me try attacking again. Because I remember, like, every time I attacked it would get more and more corrupted, and that was the awesome thing. Maybe I could growl. Oh. Try growling. Yeah, that's kind of doing something. Maybe I should put... repeatedly attack the Zigzagoon. Zigzagoon. I always call him Zigzagoon. Each attack did something different. Oh, okay, so that's why it was cool, and that's why I call it cursed. Try stuff like growl to prolong the fight. Unexpected results. Cool. And I like that because I like unexpected results. That's always awesome. Moving on, we have another music one. We have a lot of music ones for this one. Wow. Food has had a little too much sake. It's a little bit off the end. It's like a whammy bar on a guitar, just a little bit extra flute. I'll remove that one. We have Phased Little Roots. That hurts my ears. It sounds cool though. We have Little Cacophony. I think I remember this one. I'm gonna click for this. As you leave Little Root, song returns to normal. Okay. Yeah, I remember I liked messing with the music. This was like one of the best games for music interrupts because they weren't screechy. They were like nice and calm. Oh, and I actually like this one. That's right. That's why I skipped it so fast. Okay, I can only keep this one. We have next up. Yeah, that's the one I like. We have Theremin Chihuahua. It does sound like a chihuahua. It's going batshit crazy. Chihuahua. Losing it over the microphone. We have, I think this was a loud one, so precaution. Yeah. Woo. It gets worse! Oh my god! I thought it would stop! Oh my god. Okay, that's a cool one, but I'm not gonna give that to anyone. We're just gonna move that from this stockpile. Definitely FX startup. I agree, the Chihuahua one is arguably one of the best. We have Upside Down Red. A cool one. I like seeing him upside down. Going into buildings and whatnot. Oh, but he goes right back up. Shoot. That's the one I should use the Hell Genie engine for. Hi! I will say orientation resets indoors. Next we have 2 assistants. It's gonna be hard to choose for these ones. Oh, that's right, these guys are the same. I think they have the same dialogue too. Unfortunately, I can't speed through this. We're gonna remove this one. Cool though. Cool to have 2 the same objects. We have Red's mom moves away again. That's right. If you go up here, you'll see the moving truck is gone. While Red is exploring and going to the lab, she's just moving out again. She's leaving him behind. Oh, but now it's gone. Brings moving back to Red's home. We're gonna move that one, but cool to see. We have Zigzagoon's used... Zigzagoon's Soul Star? Zigzagoon used Soul Star. It crashes when you scratch. Remove item. Good one though. We have Doppler decay. Oh, that's right, it has like a Doppler effect to it. Where it sounds like it's going by, and you just hear it's like a distant police siren or a horn or something like that. All the music has a sort of Doppler effect to it. There we go. Then we have Twilight Little Roots. Walking towards the guy on the bottom right affects him. Also just walk around for a bit. Yeah, it does sort of have an odd effect when you walk around. People kind of skip around. And this guy just moves with me. Alright, cool. I don't think we have so many music ones. I don't think I'm gonna give this one, but if we find another one. Brown box melody. He didn't use growl, he used freaking shout over a megaphone. God. Bass attack. God, that was a good one. The brown box melody. I don't have any other way of putting that. I want to hear him use attack or growling him. God. All the music's nicely changed in this one. We'll keep that. We have 8-bit battle music. Going back to Pokemon Gold again. Bad boy can fit so much bass in it, that damn brown box. Cool sounding. We're gonna not keep this one, but I like the sound of it. 2x speed. All the sound is 2x speed. Unfortunately, we are stuck here, so I don't want to keep this one, but it sounds neat. Remove item. And that's it, actually. So that is all of Pokemon Emerald. You know, that's not a bad amount. I think I'm kind of happy with that. We have Duet Flute. Actually, no, we have more than that. No, Duet Flute. I think I'm gonna remove Duet Flute. I don't remember seeing that one. We have Little Power Tools. This awful sounding one. We'll move this one down, but I don't think we need to get rid of it. We'll note that it's loud, though. But loud Little Power Tools. We have Little Cacophony, which just sounds nice to me. It's so kind of relaxing. I guess Little Root itself is kind of relaxing, but... as those little extra beats to it. We have Cursed Attacks, where it's a mechanical one, where every single attack does something a little bit different. So it's a cursed corruption, but I guess I adopted a standard where I bracket the word cursed. So we'll do cursed attacks like that. Oh, it even affects the sound. That's awesome. The growl sound effect started getting corrupted. The GUI broke. Each attack seems to corrupt the ROM further, just so they know to keep corrupting. You know, this is the Chihuahua. I think the Chihuahua, just when it came up, it sounded so hilarious. I think that's my favorite one. This is a cool mechanical one, but nothing beats that little Chihuahua bark. And it's like a little, like, low murmur after that, too. Like, it's just kind of growling in a low tone. No gameplay possible. But come on. No, I shouldn't say that. but just listen to the little guy. Okay, then we have Upside Down Red. Should we keep this one? We didn't have a lot of gameplay ones for this, so we'll keep Upside Down Red. Just because I think every other one, except for the attacks one, we kept. Yeah, every single other one was a musical one. So we'll keep Upside Down. We had the Doppler effect. This, I mean, shoot, this would sound amazing in like a Lavender Town kind of area. I don't have a map yet. I wonder where else this would sound neat at. And I believe, yeah, even Route 101 has it, so all the areas still have the song to it for this effect. And lastly, the brown box melody. It's a very, like, boss music-esque soundtrack. And it sounds like... like dragons fighting each other or something. God. I don't even need to see Detective Pikachu to know that's what's Charizard's gonna sound exactly like. Anyways, moving on, we're now going to the... Wow, I have so much corruption to go through. This is gonna be a long stream. We have the SNES Mario's early years preschool corruptions. First one is That Works For Me.
That works for me. That works
Oh, that's right. It just gets stuck on this.
That works for me. That works for me.
Sounds like a jet engine and the 8-bit background. Yes, it does.
That works for me.
That works for me. I'm gonna put that. That works for me. We're gonna have, I think this was like a good stream, the Mario early years, so we may have a couple here. Anxious Barn.
You found the donkey.
Barn? Did I click on Barn? No. Oh, there's a note. Note says, oh, it's music corruption. Okay, it does kind of sound like an anxious music. It's a little subtle though, we're gonna remove it. We have circle instrument. Oh, that's right. The music is now the word circle.
You found the circle.
I noted that, right? The instrument for the piano has been switched to the circle voice line. The different pitches are variations of the word circle. I like that one. That was just cool sounding. It was a pretty good corruption stream. I'm surprised by how many people have been able to corrupt this extremely well. Like, it's a fun game to corrupt. Unexpectedly. And it's built, like, well enough that you can corrupt it fairly well. We have Animals Cry.
You found the donkey.
Oh!
You found
Stop!
You found the donkey.
God. Make it stop!
You picked the
Okay. Whew. We're gonna remove that one. That's so funny. We have a Metal Gear video chat. What's that called? That's not called video chat. It's called the... What is that chat system called? I can describe it. It vibrates the inner muscles on your ear or something like that. I think I had trouble finding the name of this. That's why I never named it. We're going to call it... Let's call it that. I don't even think we're going to keep it either, so what are we doing? Actually, we might. Now I gotta find the name of it because we are going to keep it. Is it called... Intercom? Codec. Codec! Ah, that's the word for it. Metal Gear... Codec. Nope. Not full screen. NetVision works too. But it reminds me of the like codec conversations where they have like, you know, the video thing. I'm gonna keep that. That's about it. We'll just keep that. Then we have Invisible Man.
Wiggle your nose.
Good job, Mario, wiggling your nose.
Touch your chin.
Is that your chin, Mario? I don't see it.
Touch your hair.
And we'll say, touch Mario. I'm serious. Snake! Oh, I wish I could do a good David Hayter voice, or I guess in this case, I wish I could do a good Campbell voice, but no chance of it. I have too high-pitched of a voice.
You found the donkey.
Animal gets away. Is this all animals, or is it just the donkey?
You
Just the
chose
donkey.
that frog.
Or maybe it's the middle one. Only the middle animal takes off. Let's try the pig.
You chose the pig.
Ah, it's kind of interesting. It's cool to see him go away, but I think we're gonna remove this one. We have Sad Doot. I think you named this one Baby before, didn't you? It's the saddest Doot. It's a piece of corruption. Yep, credit to Baby Blue for it. There you go. Thank you for the name. Yoshi tries a mushroom. Oh, I remember the squeeze my hog. Don't you worry.
Yellow. Great, top.
How does it go? You get a right in to say, squeeze my hog. God. That was great. I love when Vinny showed that on the stream for the first time, and he's like, "What? No, that wasn't me at all." He worries, he upset his hero or something like that. Yoshi tries a Mario, or Yoshi tries a mushroom. I want to keep this one. Choose an item to begin. We're gonna keep this one. How many is that so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's a good amount so far. Then we have Luigi plays with his chalk. What?
Pumpkin.
Takes a few seconds. Oh, that's right. Luigi, why? Stop playing with your chalk.
Shake your 8. Sound. Two.
Oop. Oh god. We're gonna do something real quick. Let me pull something out. Can I do this? No, I don't think I can. Here, we're just gonna show... I need a better way to do this. You know what, never mind. I was gonna pull up David Hayter. Oh, you already put it. There you go. Check it out on YouTube. I was thinking if I'm gonna window capture, I have to window capture my browser. I don't know if I want to show everything that's on my browser, because I have everything pulled up right now. But yes, look at the, the link in chat. That's much better. Where was I? We're back on here. Unpause and load. There we go. I gotta find out a better way to do that. But yeah, boys, I drumsticks that squeeze my arm. So good. The animals learn to talk is this one.
Plant.
You found it! You found it!
Pepper. Cabbage.
We'll say voice lines break when selecting an animal. And it just kind of goes on and on is what we're gonna say there.
You did well!
You did well!
Apple.
The dog.
Chose white. White.
And then we have find the circle to anger Yoshi. Oh, that's right, he just walks off screen because he's angry now. Is this a circle? Oh, he likes that one anyways.
Found the circle.
We're gonna remove that one. We have preschool.exe is stopped.
Let's go to Body World.
Oh, it's just, oh, it's all. You did well. Just like a loud buzzing sound. You did incorrect and you have failed. This one's cool because it's like a universal musical corruption.
Let's go to opposite
Let me see.
world.
Music corruption, yeah.
You found the one, which is wet.
Oh, no comment on that one. We'll say...
You
Oh, Jesus.
found
Okay.
the one, which is wet.
All areas have a universal music corruption. Try different areas, is what we'll say there. Just so you know, it's multiple areas, it's more of an interesting corruption than just one area.
Found the one, which is
We have schizophrenic
circle.
shapes. This one doesn't have a note.
You chose the square.
Oh, that's right. This is a little hard to hear, and I don't think I'm gonna keep this one for that reason, but like, whenever you click on one of these, it will say the shape over and over again in the background, it will whisper it to me.
Found the circle.
You can just barely, I see the stream just barely picking it up. I think my white noise is louder than that, so unfortunately you might not be able to hear it. But anyways, kind of cool to see. I'm not going to keep it on here. I wish I could like boost the sound for it, but we'll leave it here. We have New Age music. The instrument for the piano has been switched to the circle voice line. That's this one?
You found the circle.
That's not this one. This one just sounds like a bunch of beeps and New Age sounds. We'll remove this one. Oh, that's right. It sounded kind of neat. That's right. I like this one. Just listen to that. New Age. But we're gonna move this one. The last one of the evening is Animals Are Spooked. Oh, God. Animals aren't the only thing that are spooked. Jesus. Stop. From the top, we had one like this though, didn't we? Animals are the top. Yeah, I think we're gonna leave this one out. But from the top we have... Should I keep doing from these tops? I'll do a top at the very end. Just because we have somebody. I'll remember where I'm at. Stuck at Mario's 30 years is where I'm at. Just so I'll keep going back because we have a lot to get through. Now we're on Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. I didn't finish Link to the Past. But this is music. I called this hopeless because it sounds very hopeless to me. It's very cool sounding. This would be a very depressing soundtrack. Then we have a music corruption, quote-unquote music. Link visits New York. Sorry, we're not going to keep that one, but that's what New York is like. Well, actually, how many do we have for this one? We don't have a lot, unless this is also Link to the Past. No, it's not. Don't mind that one. That was a little weird, but don't mind it. We'll see if we want to keep this one or not. We have Bunny Link. All the time. Always a Bunny Link. This was a Help Genie engine corruption where we figured out that we can keep Bunny Link form everywhere. Or I guess, you know, Underworld Link. We're going to remove that one though, not too interesting. We have Link the Sumo Wrestler, where every single object you collide with causes Link to jump backwards, and it also breaks objects if you run into a breakable object. Let me see. That's that one. Let's go outside. Like, I guess the grass would be counting as one, so let's run into the grass. There we go. However, you can sometimes get stuck in infinite loops if you're not careful, so let's try that. Like that. Let's see, I said run into a wall, be careful leaving the house. You can collide and break objects such as grass. However, you may get stuck in an infinite loop if caught between a rock and a hard place. Cool. And I definitely want to keep that one. That was an interesting one. Is that basically Zelda.exe? Is that another creepypasta one that I don't know about? I know I played Sonic.exe and it was awful in the creepy sense. I don't think I played Zelda.exe though. Next up we have Lincoln visits the amusement park. And it's another music one. It sounds like an amusement park to me. It sounds nice. I think this is music of another area that I'm not familiar with. But cool sounding. I think we're gonna remove this one now. Yeah. We have Link comes down from a vendor. Oh man, I'm in the dungeon of the castle. Not playable, you're stuck on the ground, but I like setting the scene, and this was just a nice setting the scene kind of place. You're not caught in the bed or anything like that, you're drunk on the floor. So we'll keep that one. We have guards or bullies, where they don't actually hurt you, they just kind of push you around. I think that's even what I said in the notes. Guards will push you around and do no damage. You can still hurt them. So that's why I don't think we're going to keep this one. They're just bullies. And lastly we have Link the Crusader, where Link constantly holds up a golden cross and fights the good fight for whatever god is existing in Zelda's universe. I guess we'll keep this. Yeah, we can keep this. Not Zelda. Link is a crusader out to stomp out evil and rid the world of Ganondorf's believers. Well, that's how you spell Ganondorf. Alright. Now we decide, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we keep Link visits New York? This is what New York sounds like, the land of pizza and vignettes. That's what we're gonna put. And we're gonna keep it in the stockpile. Because I want it there. Next we have Link the Legend, or the, that's all I have, just the. I don't know what this one is. Let's see. This is just the original. I guess I played this on the NES, I think? Or yeah, I played it on the NES, it's right there. So this is the original one for the NES, and we say Link walks in on something special. Link walks in on something special. There will be no comments about what this looks like. Or even put, it isn't what it looks like in our note. And yeah, we're just gonna leave this one be and move on. We have Link the Tap Dancer. If I can unpause it. There we go. Link the Tap Dancer. Link constantly tap dances. He also kind of looks like he's riding a horse. Even outside. Link obsessively tap dances. We have ASCII Link teleports. I kind of like this one because everything was ASCII based. But I think we're gonna not use this one. We're gonna remove it. We have Pride and Accomplishment. It's just go and take this. Take the Triforce. Pride and Accomplishment. We did it. We beat the game, guys. World record. No. I guess was that supposed to be our sword? What did we actually get in this transaction? I can't pull up my menu. Alright, well that's the end of the game. Then there's nothing left to do. You can now live your life as an elf. Pride and Accomplishment, I would like to keep this. Take the Triforce and feel the accomplishment. Next we have Knowledge is better than sword. Where if you take the sword, he gives you knowledge. Go northwest, southwest to the forest of Maze. But I want the sword. I don't want your knowledge, I want the sword. Give me the sword. What do we go back? It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Ah, I don't want that. It says, try to take the sword. Be given something better. Great. Next we have a Curse Corruption, which 4 Curse Corruptions for me, there's just ones I didn't want to sanitize because if I did, they would break. This one, however... You know what, I kind of want to keep this because look at all this stuff that's going on. What's with the meat? What's with the meat? These sound effects, oh my god. Oh, it breaks when you go outside. I like this one. Pick up your sword for music corruption. unexpected results likely cannot leave old man's hovel. Cool. Next we have, I'm going to keep a lot of these because I like these corruptions. NES ones, they're fantastic because you don't ever, ooh, that was loud. You don't expect what they're going to be like. Next up we have fight for your sword. Oh, that's right, in order to get the sword you must fight the fire. Or avoid the fire at least. Come here, fire. I can fight fire! Also the music stopped. It started all over now. Oh, you can't leave either. Oh man. You're stuck in this forever burning room. To earn the great sword, you must... I'd like to see a Zelda game where the major plot twist is the old man is actually Ganon. Oh my god. You know, that seems like to be a plot of like a psychedelic, you know, Zelda game. That'd be pretty fun. Like, the first couple moments, it's just like the old NES one, and you go to take the sword, but like, right before you reach it, he stabs you or something like that, or he pushes you to the ground, and it turns out it's Ganon, and you're like, what? Major twists! That'd be pretty fun. I'd enjoy that. To earn your great sword, you must triumph over the greatest of evils. One that man has fought against since the earliest of times. That evil is in fact fire. Man's creation and its ultimate downfall. Good luck, young. Oh, whoops. Link. There we go. Alright. I'm gonna keep that one too because I like it. To avoid damaging info saved, hold in your reset button as you turn off the power. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. We have gray filter. This won't be one I'm keeping, but it just looks kind of neat. Everything gray filtered. Through the fire and the flames! Oh, that brings back Guitar Hero memories. Gray filter, I'm gonna remove that one. We have the endless dungeon crawl, where if you leave and move forward, you enter another dungeon. Well, this one's kind of interesting, but if you leave this one and exit the dungeon and move forward, you enter another dungeon. And it goes on and on. We won't be keeping this one, but it was kind of cool how it like moved the teleportation location of the dungeon entrance to being right behind you. I'm gonna remove that one though. We have 70s dungeon, where it totally looks like 70s. I love it. It's an awfully great color palette. Like, everything was pink and purple back in those days. Very nice. I won't be saving this on the stockpile, but I love shadow and palette swaps and stuff like that. Like, this is just gorgeous to me. But we will remove it, because I won't subject other people to that. It's in my main stockpile, though. Next we have Ice Dungeon aesthetic. Same kind of thing. I also like the green fire. Like, look at that. That's just pretty. We're gonna remove this one. Also, let me save this just so I don't accidentally lose all the progress we've made so far. We're gonna call this Ultimate Stockpile. Put that on our desktop. Next we have Old Man Burns. Oh, that's right, the fire just consumes him. I don't know if I want to take the sword. I want to help the old man first. No! Come back! My selfish greed has stopped nothing. Let the old man burn. Wait a few, or actually, take the sword to seal his ultimate fate. So sad. Next we have Link has to pee. Link has to pee. That's why he's constantly running everywhere. Poor Link. We're not gonna keep that one, but cool. We have Ben Drowned. Another creepypasta. What's up with me and naming them after those ones? I gotta stop my creepypasta naming conventions. Wait a few seconds for the menu screen. However, we don't have a lot of musical corruption, so I don't want to keep this one. It's nice sounding, so let's keep it. We have the Oracle Old Man. If you're unfamiliar with what the Oracle is, it's like an otherworldly being, or like just a really smart thing that isn't human, that people went to I guess throughout like multiple mythologies, they all kind of borrowed from it, or they had some sort of figure that they would go to. But anyways, you would go to it, you would ask advice, and it would give sort of cryptic messages, and you had to figure out what they were, and it would be the ultimate truth or something like that. That's what I'm seeing here, is the old man is giving us cryptic methods, cryptic messages, and we're learning the truth from it. And I'm going to mention something like that. We're going to write, how about learn about the future through the old man's cryptic messages. ... Or remember to add a null terminator. Null terminator? I think that's how you spell terminator. Cool. And that's that. Let's go on to scrolling down. Now this was interesting, kind of because it was Clown Vomit. Like, you usually don't want to keep Clown Vomit, but because this was on the NES, it was super interesting. Like, you don't see a lot of, like, scrolling and very fast scrolling on the NES. You see, like, maybe Clown Vomit and palette swaps and stuff like that, but not something like this. So, I thought it was interesting. I'm not going to keep it, because it's not, you can't play it or anything. Excuse me, anything like that, but, I liked how it looked. It looks cool to me. And as we're going to move that one, we have Zelda on the Game Boy, where it's another sort of filter. Everything looks like it's filtered. And it looks like you're playing on an old Game Boy screen. We'll throw this one on here too. We'll say, just Game Boy color filter. Aesthetic. Cool. Next we have Cursed Corruption Earthquake. A very big Clown Vomit. We won't be keeping this, but I meant to look at that. That's cool. It literally looks like it's an earthquake of corruption consuming the old man and the sword and all that, and Link is stuck in the middle of it. It looks neat. I mean, I think if someone were to play this, they could appreciate that. So let's write that down. Why not? Yeah, if I just lost my place. But let's go find that. There we go. Oh, it is admittedly, I need to spell admittedly. There we go. Well, it is admittedly Clown Vomit. It's Clown Vomit that spawns from a corruption earthquake. There we go. I mean, I think that's good enough. Because I like how it looks. Okay, let's see here. Next up, we have Old Man has a bug problem. Where there's a bug stuck in the cave, and it's trying to attack the old man. That's a huge bug. Look at that thing. The old man left me to deal with it. I don't know if I want to deal with it. Look at that thing. Man, couldn't even beat it. Let's remove that one. Cool looking though. Next we have a Cursed GUI. Now this one is just insanity, so I wouldn't want to keep something like this, for example. It's just too much going on at once. But that earthquake is kind of a calm chaos, you know? This one is, your quest is over before it began. Now, on the spots, it gets faster? Does it get faster? Oh shoot, I missed that. This one, also listen to the dragon sounds. This was interesting on the spot because it just immediately said game over. You didn't even get to try. It also says it's dangerous to go alone, game over. We're not going to keep this for the final stockpile, but cool look at it. And it was cool that that came up in this fashion and stuff is drawn in the way it is. Next we have Goth Link, where everything is dark. Goth Link looks like he's a Castlevania character. It's another palette swap, but I think it's kind of a cool one. Whether we keep it, I mean, shoot. I say go outside, and I'll also say it's just a phase. Mom. There we go. We might keep that one. I'm still deciding. We have Old Man gets close, where if you take the sword, he gets a little close to you. But I think we're gonna remove that one. We have Old Man goes limp. Oh, that's right. He's just sort of offset a little bit. He looks like he's limp on one side. Poor guy. We're gonna remove that one. So in the end, we have a lots of Link and Zelda corruptions, enough probably to make a whole string out of, to be honest, but oh well, I mean, we put them all in this major stockpile, and that's okay with me, because I don't think we have a lot of these other ones. At Dreamland we do. But, yeah. In the end, we'll take a look at all these ones. I think I'm pretty happy with the results of that one. We just had some good corruptions for it in the end, and it was a good stream. Anyways, next up, we have Kirby games, and forewarning, Kirby games, from my experience, never corrupt well. They just do an awful job at corrupting. They're either so stable that as soon as they notice like some corrupted bits, they crash, or what would be the opposite to that? They're so like roughly thrown together that at any point that there's any sort of discrepancy, it all crashes and falls down like a badly built skyscraper. So one or the other, either way, I can never corrupt Kirby games very well, and I usually run into problems while trying. And I don't remember when this stream is from. This was from, okay, so from the original Kirby Dreamland. This is Kirby's Real Nightmare. I don't know what I'm doing here. This is before I added a lot of comments to my code. So I don't actually know what's going on here. I think it's just Clown Vomit, mostly. It just sounds, you know, horrifying, so that's probably why I kept this one. We're gonna remove it though. Next we have Jupiter Gravity, where your gravity is like that of Jupiter's. You can't jump very high, but unfortunately the game ends there because you can't... Oh yeah, you can float. Okay, I was gonna say you can still float, but and you immediately fall to the ground. I mean, it's kind of neat. We'll keep it. Why not? You must float to pass even the smallest of ledges. Yeah. That's where we're gonna put that. We have Kirby has to go fast. Gotta go fast. Oh, he also has this, like, fire breathing ability. Fire, I forget what that ability is, but anyways. What do we say for this? Kirby also has ability despite not actually having one. Yeah, he does. We might keep this one. I'll have to go back and decide on it. Music, Kirby's new intro. It's a musical corruption. We're gonna remove this one. We have Future Kirby. Just sounds like new age music for the future of Kirby. We're gonna remove that one as well. We have Night in the Woods, where I think Kirby's just stuck here no matter what. Like, you have no chance of fighting the big tree guy. I forget his name, but I think I just wanted to use the name Night in the Woods, so we're gonna leave this one off. We have Damage the Boss, where I have to try to damage him. Here, let's get this bomb. Ah, that's right. And if you damage him, it crashes instantly. Alright, right. Blow up the first bomb. Okay. Anyways, instant crash if you happen to... Wispy Woods, thank you. That's right, because he does the wispy air. Thank you, Baby Foo, for it. I'm awful at naming bosses right now. Anyways, I'm going to keep this one, because it just shows what Kirby games are, you know, prone to doing. Crashing instantly. We have Kirby Goes Limp. Oh, that's kind of sad. Kirby is limp on one side. Since we don't have a lot of corruptions for Kirby, we'll see if we keep that one. Kirby boss fights? Oh, that's right, it's cursed! So there's a lot of stuff that goes on here. We'll call this maybe reversed gravity, wispy woods, and bombs. What could happen? We'll do that. Then we have Sook the Bomb. Oh, that's right, but you can't! Because he'll throw it by the time you even get to it. And you're stuck in place! Shoot. Let's get really close to it. No! So, I don't think I'm gonna keep this one, but it's a cool mechanical one. We have Boss Taunting Bombs, where I don't think you can... Yeah, you can't suck him up because it will always be his face. Did we keep this one? Let's take a look, see if we got anything else. Kirby ate too much. Also, good one you can't really move too fast in. Then we have instrumental song. Oh, that sounds kind of neat. It's kind of just like soft music. It's not even instrumental, really. Well, of course not. It's all instrumental. I think I'm gonna remove this one. And let's see. Real quick to go through these again. Duper gravity. We'll keep this. Kirby has gone too fast. Kirby has to go fast. Damage the boss, crashes the game. Definitely love that one. Kirby's gone limp. Half of Kirby's gone limp. We're gonna remove that one. Don't need that. Cursed boss fight. I put musical corruption, not really. Oh yeah, I guess it is, okay. We have boss taunting bombs, that's a good one. Because he's always taunting you. We're gonna say, suck up a bomb in order to have the boss taunt you. Kirby ate too much, and that's the last one. Kirby has eaten all of the Smash characters. No, that's weird. Yeah, Kirby's eaten just way too much. He can no longer walk. Help him. Then we have Harvest Moon, the original Harvest Moon. Actually, is that the original? I forgot if they had an S version or not. But this is the SNES version. Yeah, they definitely had an S version, so this is a little bit older. But Harvest Moon, one of my near and dear games to my heart. Starting off with a awful corruption. We have a lot of Harvest Moon ones because I just wanted to stream it for a really long time. He should see a doctor? He should see a doctor. Look at this guy. He's got a lot more than a weight problem. I mean, he probably has, high blood pressure. He can float at command. Like, that's not healthy. You should be able to do that. Anyways, Dark Sprites. This says visual glitches are temp, walk around and move. I don't think I'm going to keep this one, because it's the Clown Vomit, although that just looks pretty to me for some reason. It's all like shiny and glassy and it's awesome. I'm going to remove this though. Next we have Dread. I need to label this as a music corruption. I think I did here though. I did. As my new standard, I'm going to label it right in the title. We're going to put music. Call this Dread. I think we had a lot of music corruptions for this as well because we could specifically target the sound chip for the SNES. We have Orphaned Baby. Oh, that's right, because there's a baby right here. And you can just take it. Whose baby is this? Why can't you put it down? You monster. Cool. Then we have Doppler Organ. I don't know what about the, is this even a Doppler effect? Like a cutting off effect. There's something about that that just makes my ears happy. The comment says, organ has a slight delay to it. Great. I should label this as a music corruption. Music. Doppler organ. Then we have Blacksmith Disco, where the palettes on the ground sort of changes colors over time. Caution, seizure warning, as per usual. I was lied to, there's no camera, not today. This is my year-end stream. I want to dedicate it all to just the games themselves. I usually do a cam stream. Like if you check on my past couple ones, I usually do a camera. Not today though. I just want the corruptions for now. No need for my face. Anyways, Blacksmith Disco. We won't be keeping this one. It's just a visual corruption, and while I love shadows, a lot of people don't. So we're gonna remove this from the stockpile. Then we have Parcel Mouth Blacksmith, where if you talk to the blacksmith, he'll go on and on forever, as if he's talking Parcel Mouth. That's what happens when you don't have any Null Terminator, guys. Gotta put that Null Terminator in there. Talk to Blacksmith, a bug prevents the user from leaving. Do we keep this? I don't know. I don't think we want to keep this one. This is just Christmas decorations. It just looks neat, but nothing too interesting there. So we're gonna remove that one. That was a hybrid corruption that we created. This one is Become the Blacksmith, where you start off you can talk to the blacksmith, but then you become him, and then you're stuck in his place and you can't move. Player lost positions with the sprite with the blacksmith. Character is not movable. Character position on the map not shared with POS location. Right. Do you want to keep this one? However, we go back to normal. And then it doesn't persist. Depending on what the rest of these are, we may not keep that one. We have sidestep, where the character just sidesteps everywhere. Like that. We're going to remove that one. I need some water. We have Anna's double agent, where she constantly changes from one thing to another. We're going to remove that one as well. At some point she becomes you and a different couple of other sprites, but we're going to remove that one. We have Cursed Organ. This kind of hurts my ear, so I don't know if I want to keep this one necessarily. Yeah. I think I'll remove this one. We are in a church, so it was kind of cool. But we already have Doppler Organ. Let's remove this one. And we have Cloning Machine, where this one, let me double check, we have instructions for this. Hitting B copies you. So there's multiples of us. We're gonna make 4 of us. There we go. And then facing north, if we will create a gargoyle, like that. You can create 2 gargoyles. And he has to be off the carpet. Oh, too many sprites on screen. Let's restart. Okay. Facing west will pick up a herb, but will crash the game. Facing east picks up an invisible item. Dropping this item will crash the game, but introduce an interesting visual. Ah, there we go. So it does. I like this one because there's a lot of stuff to it, and we can create clones of ourselves, so let's keep that for sure. We have Pink Church, which we're not going to keep. Just a visual. We have Ghost Sprites. Also not going to keep. Same with Muddy Sprites, just another variation of that. And that's it. So we have Dread. The story of a failing farm as they can't afford anything, and this dog is eating all their money. He doesn't know what to do with the dog. He decides to put it in the well. No, it's terrible. Then we have Orphan Baby. Or if you go over the church steps, what's here? It's a baby. And you can't put the baby down, it's just yours now. Then we have Doppler Organ. Wonderful music sound effects. Parcel Mouth Blacksmith. Null Terminator. Become a Blacksmith. We're now the Blacksmith. Cloning Machine, we can create copies of ourselves. That's it. Awesome. I love Harvest Moon. Next we have Dogs, your virtual pets, pet pals. Starting off with Visual Rent Trade. Now I remember this one, we didn't have a lot of good corruptions, so I just did a bunch of fillers. I don't think we have any we're gonna keep from this. Like this one, I don't even know what this is. We can't even move the cursor around, so we're gonna remove that. We have Acid Title Screen. I think there was a lot of flashing in this game, so also forewarning if you're sensitive to seizures or flashing content, be cautious of that. Yeah, we're not gonna keep that. We have Chip Lies and Flax. Chip finds acid. Nope. Jesus. Chip Picasso? I don't know what that means. We have hit X for phaser. X. Oh, that's right. Look at all the blinking. There's so much blinking in this game. I don't like that though. We have Chip Trips. Neat. Polygonal Chip. Chip is a polygon. And lastly, we have 2 Chip. Where I think there's just 2 of them on screen. So that's an example of one that just didn't corrupt very well. I didn't like the results of any of that. We're not going to keep that game at all. Then we have Mario Power Tennis, which is actually the last game of our stockpile. How about that? We have a lot here though, so let's move through them. We have Fighting the Board. Where the Borg is actually a fairly good fighter. Well, no, never mind. He's actually an awful fighter. Minus the false side he made. Oh, shoot. Can't hit it over the net. Anyways. The Borg is just as bad as per usual. The Borg. Then we have cave tennis. Tennis is played in a cave. This is like one of my earliest corruptions. I think this is the first stream that Baby Bluefor saw me on. This is back when I was doing, this is Game Boy Advance, so yeah. This is after I started doing Game Boy Color and I swapped over to Game Boy Advance, and this is like the first game that really convinced me to keep doing this as a regular streaming game. Because I liked a lot of these. All sounds and visuals appear that the user is in a cave. Is how we're gonna phrase that. And we have cameraman has had a few too many to drink, or just the camera goes wild. We're gonna remove that one just because it's hard to see. We have hockey puck tennis. I don't know what makes this a hockey puck. We're gonna remove this one. We have cursed Waluigi's curveball. Ooh. All right, remove that one. We have Donkey Kong level original soundtrack. Well, thank you. I love when I actually get to make corruptions. I've been doing too much GameCube and Wii corruptions. I gotta go back to the old school stuff. Because while it took a long time to do these corruptions, they were like a lot more enjoyable in the end. It's cool seeing some stretchy stuff here and there, but like, need some mechanical ones with this old stuff, and it's fun. It's cool to review it too. I'm glad I did this. Anyways, it sounds like Donkey Kong Country. Reminds me kind of like Dire Docs, that really like soft-toned one. But unfortunately, we're looking for a mechanical one, so we're gonna unfortunately have to take this out. It's still in the original soundtrack though, or the original stockpile. We have Try Not to Fault. We're gonna rename this to If Waluigi Doesn't Fault, He's in Smash. Actually, no, we'll keep it Try Not to Fault. And we'll put, oh, caps. Try Not to Fault. There we go. And we'll put If Waluigi Doesn't Fault, He's in Smash. That'll get him. God. Alright. Next we have, let me save this again. Oh, that's a big save, alright. It's all Waluigi's fault. Yeah, it is. Poor Waluigi. Next we have Rocket Ball, once my stockpile doesn't freeze up. It's freezing up a little bit, I had to save it. Good thing I saved it. Shoot, I didn't know it was gonna be this slow. Emergency save as. Alright. What's emergency save as? Ultimate stockpile. Save. There we go. Are we good to go now? Yeah, we're good to go. Rocket Ball. Do we keep this? We can say Waluigi has added rocket fuel to his... to the ball. Yeah. We have Waluigi is sometimes great. Sometimes. More like a lot of the time not though. Jesus. We're gonna put sometimes. I think I'll remove Rock Ball. And we're gonna keep sometimes great. We have Super Tennis. There we go. Can the ball be returned? It's up to you to find out. Waluigi finds clown vomits. Very cool to look at. Unfortunately, we can't keep it in the stockpile, but beautiful. I love that stuff. Love that chaos. It's great. We have playing straight tennis. The most intense form of tennis. "3D Mario Tennis." We're not gonna keep this one because I think this was just these like pixel animations. Go look at that. We have Playing in the Dark with Waluigi. Similar to the cave one, so we're actually gonna remove this one. I think I like the cave one better because it has the cave sound effects to it. We have Ball Evaporates. Oh yeah, look at that. It just evaporates in air. Waluigi hits a stink bomb in air. Max has a stroke. Oh, poor Max. Oh my god. Let's go back to normal. Max, you alright? Someone get medical out. We have Omnic Crisis original soundtrack. Very robotic. I think we're gonna remove this one though. Well, I do like it, but yeah, Overwatch is. Some people don't like Overwatch too much anymore. I love it, but Max doesn't know how to receive. Go on, Max. How about like Waluigi like run up there and just show him how to receive? Next we have Dark Room Messed Up Sprites, right? It's just a mixture of the two. We're gonna remove that one. We have Waluigi's Music, original soundtrack. Oh, it hurts my ears. Good though. Real good. Waluigi plays catch. Oh, what's the old man toad called? I should know his name. Toadsworth. Toadsworth. He doesn't even play catch, he plays catch with Toadsworth. Waluigi plays catch with Papa Toadsworth. Alright. We have Waluigi's theme music. We had a lot of theme music, didn't we? We have Waluigi's Schizophrenia. Oh my god! Jesus! His voice speaks to him on every hit. Oh, that is killing my ear. Nope, no more. Invisible Wall Surf. That's kind of a neat one. We had some similar ones though. We'll move on. Waluigi speaks to his demons. Oh my god, nope! Alright, I'm gonna turn my volume down. I want to see that one, but Jesus. Oh my god. Okay, I will keep one curse corruption because that's beautiful. How it's like kind of normal for the most part. Like Max is tweaking out a little bit, but oh man, that's a good one. All right, we're gonna put. Though this is a stop. No. Though this is a curse corruption. Oh, it's still there. Go on. Though this is a corruption, it crashes in such a terrible and beautiful way. We have to keep it. Okay. One more time. Oh, I'm so sorry. Special tennis. Wow, I have to rename that one. That's terrible. I shouldn't say that. How about slow speed tennis? Does it stay with just the two of them like this? That's him screaming in the background. Okay, I like this one. Slow speed tennis. Easy on the calves. We have Speed Waluigi. He's so fast! Ah! Sounds awful though. What is our note on this one? Needs cleaning for the audio problem. Yeah, this is before I sanitize corruptions. We're gonna remove this one, sadly. We have Moving Net, where the net moves in order to accommodate the ball. Very neat. We have Mach 9 Surf. We have something similar to that. I think that's the Rocket Fuel one, but similar. We have Slippery Floor. Just kind of disappearing in and out. We have High Gravity. Can't get it over the net. We're gonna remove that one. We have Wall D Ball Physics. Ah! Audio. Teleportation Serve. You can't get over the net despite being a cheater. Despite cheating, Waluigi cannot get it over the net. And we have 8-bit sound effects. Okay, that sounds very nice. I like that sound. Let's keep this one as well. Okay, we'll throw this one and we'll say... This is on the Game Boy Advance, I can't believe it. Mario Tennis, audio on the NES. I think it's NES. Yeah, it's NES. Cool. And that is the last one of the evening, everyone. Let's see how many we got. We can do a rundown on all these. I'm gonna count them. I don't know how I'm gonna keep count though. Let's do a little counter over here. From the top, we have... I'm gonna move these down. I don't want Laura to be the very first one. Even though I love Laura, but man, these ones. There we go. Okay. Starting off, we have Ghost Track for Super Mario Karts, where you have to play on the bottom screen as if it was like an old, I guess 8-bit racer? What would those be? One of those old racers where you only play on the overhead view. We have Interstellar Background, where the background reminds me of Interstellar, the movie. Highly recommend the movie, it's a good one. Kinda confusing though. Very confusing though. Anyways, very disorienting, you don't know where you are or what dimension you're in. We have Luigi's Fever Dream, where Luigi dreams of this, where he's winning and everyone's smaller than him. We have Peach's Impatient, where Peach is just, she's ready to go. She's driving ahead of everyone, she's ready to take off, and she'll loop back, not ready yet, she looks very serious and ready, and we'll wait for one more loop. If you select her, she starts driving out of control, and starts winking at you. I don't know what's going on there. But Peach is impatient. Next we have Laura Moonwalks, where if you walk, she'll just moonwalk. Not too interesting, but we didn't have a lot for Laura Croft. Peach just left. Peach just left and came right back. Laura Moonwalks. Then we have Invisible Bricks. We spent a long time trying to find some good corruptions for Laura Croft, and we didn't get a lot of them. But the background are invisible bricks. If you fall, you'll notice the bricks like have some opacity to them, so it looks kind of neat. Even though Laura just died. And that was the end of Laura Croft. We have Mario Mirror. We went over this a little bit earlier, but there's sort of a mirror world, so you can see below and above at the same time. If you duck, I think it resets it, yeah. I should mention that in here. Duck to reset camera from flickering? Flickering? Period. We have Blitting Dilemma, where the blitting on screen is done a couple seconds late, so you don't actually know what the scenery looks like until you pass it, or at least get to the middle of it. It's kind of hard to see where you're at. And that happens. We have Mario on Cloud 9. Oh, he died instantly, look at that. Where all of the Goombas are replaced with Buzzy Beetles. Thank you, Baby Blue Ford, for telling me their name because I totally forgot them. But there we go. We have Judgmental Luigi, where Luigi is very judgmental of Mario's actions. Why he's still in 1-1 and not just running straight to World 8. Running straight to the princess. We'll never know, but he's judging you along the way the entire time. Then we have Deja Vu. I wish I could play that song without getting copyright claimed. It's where you keep getting brought back to the start of the level. You can never actually advance any further in this little area. You keep getting drawn back. Deja Vu. Then we have Mario Ascends to the Clouds. It's only a few seconds of a corruption, but instantly Mario's in the sky and nothing is left over. We have Conjoined Twin Mario, where Mario has a conjoined twin on his back. Look at that little guy. And I like to think that he whispers... Actually, put that in the notes. Let me jump up here so I'm safe. Just a sprite corruption. It looks like there's disfigured Mario attached to Jumpman. He probably whispers sweet little lies in his ear. Just like Todd Howard. Like our boy Todd. T-O-double-D. There we go. Alright. Two small Marios equals one Big Mario. Where we are Big Mario right now, but if we run into a Goomba, we are now two small Marios in a trench coat. And if we hit this mushroom block and we get that invisible mushroom, we become Big Mario once again. We have Sonic.exe Tribute. Where the Sega logo is corrupted and you hear it constantly being repeated by a very corrupted voice. Very neat sounding, and it gets repeated throughout playing like it is now. Then we have Sonic After Hours, where you must play the entire level with this sort of visual corruption going on in the background, some nice highlighting going on. This was my first ever hybrid corruption with multiple corruptions combined in one. Then we have two Sonics, where if you wait a couple seconds, we have two Sonics on screen. Both controllable by the player, both movable, and we try to bring them together. There we go. And they both share the same ring pool. If one dies, they both die. Yada yada. Stuff like that. Like that, the other guy just died there, so we get reset. Next we have Meow Hills. If you listen to it, it sounds like a very slight meow in the background. Yeah, it was enough to want to keep it. Next we have still sprites, where the characters on screen are still and are dragged along with the player. I'm not sure if I want to keep this, but I think I will because we only have a couple for Pokemon Gold. Anyways, they're all brought with you. Then we have Red's Flight. Red is flung across the screen for multiple seconds until you're brought back into the center after a couple seconds. I don't like how long you have to wait until you can control the character. I think we'll keep this one as well though. And that's why we have Null Terminated, where the text just goes on and on and on. We have Cursed Attacks, where in Pokemon Emerald, if we kept attacking the Pokemon, we would further and further get more corrupted results. Stuff on screen would start breaking, and different results would keep happening. I'm only show a little bit here, but be sure to check that out. We have Little Cacophony. Little Root Cacophony. The music's slightly corrupted to have a little nice tone to it. Very peaceful. We have a much louder corruption here. It sounds like little power tools. Just like Little Roots, but it's an industrial construction town. And we have one of my favorites, one of Baby Blueport's favorites, Theremin Chihuahua. Where if you listen, it sounds like a tiny little chihuahua is losing in the background. And growling away. Then we have Upside Down Red, Red is upside down on screen, walking around. Very neat. We have Doppler DK. Why did I say DK? I'm curious. All the music sort of has a Doppler effect to it. I don't know why I named it DK. Kinda sounds like a DK song, I guess. We have Brown Box Melody, where there's just so much bass. Listen to that bass. From the Brown Box. Then we have That Works For Me.
That works for me. That works for me.
Doppler Kong. That's probably a better way to phrase it instead of
That
DK.
works for me. That works for me.
Let's do that. Let's do music Doppler Kong. Because that explains a little bit better. Thank you. Then we have Circle Instrument, where if you're listening kind of closely, I'll turn up the volume. All the music in the background is just the word circle being repeated. Then we have Metal Gear Codec. Just reminds me of that green aesthetic. Nothing else to it. Yoshi will eventually run out of the
You
codec, but
found the
oh well.
white flower.
Then we have Invisible Man, where I mean
Stomp your foot.
he's okay normally. Like most of his appendages still work. He's stomping his feet.
Clap your hands.
He's clapping his hands. He's normal. But when he touches his face,
Wiggle your nose.
yeah, something a little weird happens there.
Touch your hair.
Touch your hair. Anyway, there's Invisible Man. Then we have Sad Doot. Credit to Baby Blue for it for naming. It's a very sad song. Even the baby blue colors in the background are a little sad too. Look at that sad color. We have Yoshi Tries a Mushroom, where if you click on one of these guys, let's try clicking on that cat. That cat was not happy with that.
Clover. Yellow.
Even the music changes.
Great. Great. Top.
Wait a few moments after the color change is what I'm going to say there, because I didn't know to wait. Good coloration, good music. We have Luigi Plays With His Chalk. You know what that means.
Pumpkin. Sneeze.
Wait for after the pumpkin. Luigi plays with his chalk. That's all we're gonna say. This is a kids game. We can't go any further.
Squash. Shake your 8.
What?
Sound.
Sound. Sound.
2. Empty. Rectangle. Blue.
Empty rectangle. You picked the wrong field, Meowster.
Pig. Carrot.
Feline. Look at that cat. That cat looks suspiciously suspicious. That's a next level suspicion. How quickly can I do this? Window capture. Paint. Look at that cat. Put him over there.
Squash. Shake your 8.
Okay, moving on. Animals learn to talk.
Plant.
You found it.
You found it!
Found it.
Pepper. Cabbage.
You did well.
Apple.
Ah!
Chose white.
There could have been a better combination of all this. Like, you chose right! Beep!
White.
Then the dog barks for some reason. It's just,
Sleep.
it's a great culmination. We have preschool.exe has stopped working, where all the little different areas have corrupted music to them.
Let's go to.
We showed a couple earlier, but here's one just as a random example.
You chose
actually no
the
music here.
triangle.
Then we have now Legend of the Zelda Link's Awakening. Link's Awakening? No, that's not Awakening. Link to the Past. Link's Awakening I actually don't have here. I guess I didn't create a stockpile for it. But anyways, this is Hopeless. Sounds hopeless. Again, I think this is just another areas of music that I just kind of put here. And improperly renamed, so someone might be angry about that one. But hey, I like it. Then we have quote-unquote music. This isn't music at all, but what we can say is it's, this is what New York sounds like, the land of pizza and beignets. And we have Link the Sumo, where Link is a sumo wrestler, destined for greatness. Whenever he crashes into something, he flies into the other direction unless he crashes into a rock in a hard place, and he crashes into infinity until he resets. We have Link comes down from a bender where he's found drunk on the floor, and a Zelda is whispering to him in a dungeon. He doesn't know what's going on, if it's real or not. It's just in his uncle's pink house. We have Link the Crusader, where he is destined to bring the end to all of Ganondorf's followers with his mighty sword. Crossword. Then we have Link walks in on something that's something we're not going to talk about. It's something that's kind of not really for the children, not really something that we're not supposed to know about it. And he's an elf now. We have Link the Tap Dancer, where he's constantly tap dancing. Look at that. Takes a sword, still tap dancing. That's all he's got. It's all he's about. We got Pride Accomplishment, where if you're a fan of EA like I'm not, then you can just swallow your pride and accomplishment right down your gullet and accept it, and you don't even need to play the game. You're just done. You paid $50 for it. Don't worry about it. We have Knowledge is Better Than Sword, where you can't take the sword. You only get knowledge in return. That's all you get. We have Cursed Sword, where if you take the sword, a couple things go on. Meat spawns. Your sword has become meat. This is a cursed corruption because we don't really know what happens here. Lots of stuff, really. Anyway, here's that. We have Fight for Your Sword, where you have to fight in order to get your sword. You must fight the fire. Unfortunately, you can't leave, so you're destined to a never-ending fight with fire. You know what they say, fight fire with fire. No, maybe not. We have The Old Man Burns Alive. Look at that old man burn. So tragic, so sad. Take the sword and he gets evaporated. If there's a sadder story out there, Ben drowned. We have Oracle Old Man, where the old man talks constantly as if he was an oracle and tells you the future, and all your whims and hopes come to fruition. Anyways, he goes on and on. Spay me for the Dorettes, make pair change, spatow this to Therets, Herald sits dangerous to go. Smaster using it, Attic, you can have this. Jerk tool. Anyways, you find the secret to the tree in there. Then we have Zelda on the Game Boy. Looks like there's just a Game Boy coloration to everything. This is what I remember staring at for hours and hours in my mom's car. We have Cursed Corruption Earthquake, where there is a corruption earthquake swallowing everything alive. We don't keep a lot of cursed corruptions, but this is one that I particularly liked. We have Goth Link, where he doesn't need to talk to no old man in order to get to his sword. He just finds it in an old dark cave and goes out and starts exploring. Goes and gets his woman. You know, Link. You do you, Link. It's not just a phase, it's a lifestyle. Moving on, we are now in Kirby's Dream Land, where we have the Jupiter Gravity. We can't jump very high because we're in Jupiter, but we can at least float and get over these enemies and over ledges. But immediately we return back to ground at a super fast rate. We have Kirby has to go fast, where he's constantly running and going fast. He wishes he was standing. We have damage the boss in a true Kirby fashion. As soon as you damage the boss, Well, once we get a bomb to throw at him, we will instantly crash the game, because that's all that Kirby games do. In a fantastic fashion. I love how it crashes. Next we have Curse Boss Fight. Lots of things happen here. The boss kills himself. You fly up in the air, Wispy Woods flies by, and the music starts turning into a curse corruption as well. We have boss taunting bombs, where if you try to suck up the bombs, he'll just laugh at you. And you can never beat the boss. This is your fate. And lastly we have Kirby ate too much, where he's just unable to walk. I would like to see this Kirby in Smash, even though I main Kirby and that would ruin my career. Kirby has ate too much. Next we have Harvest Moon Corruptions, starting off with the Dread. A Dread Corruption. Stuff at the farm is very depressing. Your wife has left you for another dog. Dread. We have Orphan Baby, where the world's pretty normal. You can go inside the church, you can walk around. I don't actually know if you can go back out and it'll still be there. Oh, it won't. Okay. So you have a choice. Either you leave the baby and someone else takes it, and that's your own problem. Or you take the baby in your own hands, the one left at the church steps, and you go back home and you take care of this baby. Even though you can't put it down, you also can't leave because this guy stops you from leaving. It's your new life now as a father. And we have Doppler working. I would love to listen to a whole soundtrack just like this. Anyways, then we have Parcel Mouth Blacksmith. You talk to the blacksmith and he just goes on and on and on until everything just gets destroyed. We have Become a Blacksmith, where you become a blacksmith as the player. And it's not too visually interesting, you don't do too many things, you can walk and leave and come back and it's all back to normal, but hey, you have to be a blacksmith for a little while. Pride accomplishment. We have Cloning Machine, where there's a lot going on here. You essentially pick up stuff on the ground and create copies of yourself. Or maybe if you don't want copies of yourself, you can create gargoyles. Because if you don't like yourself that much, you can be a gargoyle. Don't we all wish we can do that? We can... Oh. If you accidentally pick an object up at the west, you'll actually crash it. So you don't want to do that. But yeah. And finally, the last game of the evening, we have Mario Power Tennis, which we just finished up with. We have Fighting the Borg. Shoot. Where I was doing really well earlier, now I'm not doing so well. There we go. Oh, no, fall. There we go. The Borg is bad, but not as bad if you're bad. Right. Next we have Cave Tennis, where it sounds like the sound effects and the background visuals and everything is inside a cave. It'd be a very cool atmosphere to play tennis in, I feel like. Next we have Try Not to Fault. I will try very hard not to fault. Oh, whoa! I actually didn't fault. How about that? You just have to really hit it at the top. Well, maybe I didn't know how to play tennis before. Max is just bad at hitting. Anyways, that sounds terrible, so we're gonna move on. We have Waluigi is sometimes great. Sometimes. Most of the time, not. Anyways, can't do anything there. Then we have Super Tennis, where the ball becomes a rocket. And the announcers just have to guess who actually got it. Because even they don't know. We have playing straight tennis, which is one of the most difficult forms of tennis, because if you go outside of the straight line, you instantly fault. Very difficult tennis. I feel like I should go through these ones and sanitize the audio because some of these are really bad. I think I'll do that off stream. I'll go through these ones and just sanitize them. We won't worry about that now. We have ball evaporates. The ball evaporates as soon as you try hitting it. We have Max has a stroke, where Max is just having a stroke in the background. Max doesn't know how to receive. He can't receive the ball. He doesn't even know how to play tennis, to be honest. We should say that. Max doesn't know how to play tennis. There we go. Next we have Warrior plays catch. Did I say it with, oh, Tilsworth. Okay, I said that. Play catch with Tilsworth. Then we have Waluigi's schizophrenia. Waluigi will talk to himself. There's his schizophrenic demons talking to himself. Well, I shouldn't say schizophrenic demons because we'll talk to his demons in this next corruption. The only other cursed corruption that we have of the evening where you throw the ball and in any way you throw it, it will crash in a different fashion. Caution because a lot of these are kind of loud, so lower your volume if you have to. I'll actually lower it for you guys as well. A little bit lower here. Depending on the serve you throw, how long it takes to be received. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like the old Xbox startup. That horrifying sound the Xbox would start up with. And like the little sounds in the background you'd hear. I love the original Xbox to death, but god did it have some creepy sounds. Anyways, very cool. Crashes in awful ways. Next we have slow speed tennis, which is very slow speed. Think you can play slow speed tennis? It's much harder than regular tennis, I trust. Or trust me. Next we have teleportation serve, where even though Waluigi is cheating and teleporting it across the nets, he still sucks at serving. And the very last corruption of the evening, we have 8-bit sound effects, where it sounds like this is tennis on the NES or on the SNES. All the sound effects have that sort of sound to them. Very cool sounding. There we go, and that's our first game that we actually won, and that is our last game of the evening. Let's go ahead and switch over to starter, and I'm going to pull up some quick music here. Do we still have... we don't have any music up currently. Let's do some... maybe some Harvest Moon DS. Soundtrack. Hopefully it won't instant play. Go to YouTube. Oh, never mind, it instant played. We're gonna do... John Spare. Nope, I don't like that one. We're gonna do Heart Events? Nah. Just do all the themes. There we go. Alright! That was all the lower level systems of the year that I did. So that was NES, SNES, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy. All the ones that I created stockpiles for, I imported, and there's only, I think, 1 or 2 games that we actually took out. I tried to keep at least 1 from every game. And we got a good handful of them. We didn't have a lot, but I hope for 2019 we're going to do a lot more real-time corruptions rather than rather than GameCube and Wii. We're going to focus a lot more on the older ones, while still doing some GameCube here and there. It's fun to do both. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching. I'm going to be trying to submit this stockpile. If anyone's familiar with Vinesauce or anything like that, he regularly plays corruption stockpiles created by some community members, and I'm looking to sort of join that community if I can. I'd love to be able to. And I'm going to see if this stockpile has what it's worth to stream. I would send it over to Neri and he'll take a look at it. But yes, thank you for everyone who was able to stop by today. I had a couple people peek in. I appreciate all the support that I've seen throughout the year. 2019 is going to be a much longer year, and I'm going to start a lot earlier than I did last year. I'm happy to be able to stream. Even when I'm in college, I still find an hour or two every day to stream, and I love doing it. But yeah, let's go find someone to host for the new year. And we'll wrap up today. And as per usual, I will spend 5 to 8 minutes finding someone to host because I always spend way too long doing that. But let's take a peek around. Luckily for the new year, there's a lot more people streaming, and I'm very happy to see that. It's always good to see new people on. This is from the Harvest Moon DS soundtrack. That is the game of my childhood. I loved Harvest Moon DS. I see someone playing Rip It Up and Start It Again. It looks like, what was it, Sims Ants? And I haven't seen that game played in forever, and I can't believe I'm seeing that in retro, so I'm gonna host this guy. And yeah, once again, thank you everyone. I will hopefully see you tomorrow. I'm gonna keep up the daily stream schedule if I can. So far I don't see any problems with doing that, so I'll catch you all later.